Hey, it's Elgin Walker, eXp Realty, the Elgin and Pilar Walker team with another quick real estate update. And this real estate update is going to sound a little bit like the last real estate update and the questions that I get. And I'm just trying to throw out here some answers to some things that people ask me. And question number one that I get so much of right now is when purchasing and the rates are at 6 to 7. And as I'm speaking right now, they're closer to 7%. They actually scooted above 7% for a minute again a week or so ago. So the question that I get is, well, why are with the interest rates so high, and they're only high compared to what they were? I want to touch base on that real quick. When for the 35 years I've been doing this, the rates the majority of the time for us have been between 6 and 7%, 6 and 8%. Like I remember when they dropped to 8%, and everybody was like jumping up and down in their chairs. So, but the majority of my career, that's where it's been. The last 5 to 10 years or so, the rates have been as low as they've been. That has not been the norm. So just to kind of clarify where we're at, but that's where most people are used to seeing them because they've been there for a minute, right? So here's the thing, though. The thing is that as far as is why the price is not really dropping, the biggest reason that I see that the prices are not dropping is because there's not a lot of inventory. There's just not a lot of homes for sale, and people still want to buy. So there are obviously some people right now that unfortunately cannot qualify based upon the interest rates, and there's some people who just don't qualify for as much, or there are some people that have to buy for whatever reasons, and now they're looking at getting into the marketplace, right? And you go back about 6 or 8 months ago, the market had slowed quite a bit. It had slowed quite a bit in the sense that there wasn't a lot of inventory, but there were homes for sale, and you were seeing prices fall a little bit. You were seeing prices fall a little bit. Now, not dramatically, at least in the areas that I work, but they were falling a little bit. But here's the problem now. The problem now is that we've got more buyers again, that we've got homes for sale. More buyers than homes for sale. So there's no real reason right now for a seller to have to drop their prices because there's nothing for sale and there are buyers that want you purchased. Following me? So because of that, and it makes the market a little bit weird, a feeling. But the reality is, it's because the inventory is so low, it's keeping the prices steady. And in some cases, the prices have risen in the last 6 to 8 months from where they were, just because there's no inventory. So I want you to think about, so why is there no inventory? Well, there's a lot of reasons and different stuff, but you think about this right now. People that are normally putting their homes up for sale have to sell them for whatever reason. Maybe they're relocated. Maybe they're getting divorced. Maybe they've got a medical issue. Maybe they just they've got something other than the fact that I just want to sell my house. Why is that? Well, if you've been in your house for a while, and let's suppose you took advantage of the interest rates and you refinanced. And if you've refinanced your loan down to 3%, 3.5%, and you don't have a need to sell, the person with that 3.5% interest rate, that person may not be overjoyed to jump up to a 7% interest rate to buy another house, even if they can get good money for selling this one. Because mentally they're like, well, I'm at a 6% or 7% interest rate. I'm at 3.5 right now, and I like the home I mean, I don't have to move, so they stay. So you don't have that person coming into the market right now that generally wants to move up into something else, or maybe they want to retire and or just downsize. That person right now, unless they have a major need, is not in the market. So there's not a lot of inventory. I know that people say, oh, there's going to be a whole lot of foreclosures. Well, there's not going to be a whole lot of foreclosures because people have equity right now. Even if you're distressed right now, as far as you making your mortgage payments, or maybe you've been in forbearance, and now all that hasn't shaken out yet. But even if that shakes out, it's not going to have that big of an effect on pricing, in my opinion. So the person that has, again, maybe in default or has a situation, still have enough equity in their home to be able to sell it and not quote unquote lose it in foreclosure or not have to do a short sale with it. That was what the big market was that happened in 2008 and 2007 and all of that, was that a lot of the people that put their homes on the market or needed to sell or had to sell, unfortunately, did not have any equity. And since there was no equity, we had to do, basically, pre-foreclosure sales or short sales. Or, of course, they went to REOs, the bank took them back and then sold them. See, the person today, even if you've been in your home 10 years, if you've been in your home 5 years, not to mention previous to that, your home has more value to it now than it did when you bought it, assuming you haven't refinanced it and taken money out, right? So because of that, that person still can sell if they need to. But there's not a lot of them on the market right now. So that takes us to, well, if you're buying, maybe we should just wait until, the rates go down, or maybe there are some foreclosures or any of that. And I've got people who've been waiting 20 years to buy for some reason or another. But here's the thing. I'm using some common sense to this, right? Common sense says that if there are more buyers than there are sellers on the market now, and the interest rate is at 6 to 7%, let's suppose the interest rate drops down to 4%. What is that going to do? That's going to add more buyers and people really trying to buy and get into the marketplace, right? So that means that there's going to be more buyers and still less inventory. Even if there's more inventory that comes on the market, there are going to be more buyers still in. And with the rates being lower, they'll be able to qualify for more. So what is that going to do for the prices? It's going to shoot the prices up. This is this little bubble that we're in right now. These are possible scenarios. Now, there's always certain things that could happen that could change this scenario. But let us look at a market trend and a common sense approach to where we're possibly going. So what you are beginning to see, or not just beginning to see, what you are seeing is that people are purchasing now if they can get in, right? You can get in and you can make the monthly payment, because that's really what you should be concerned about. Not the price, not the interest rate, but can you afford the monthly payment? That's what you should be concerned about. Now, let's assume that you can do that. And now you're in the property and you're owning it. And let's say you got in a 7% interest rate. And let's say the interest rate goes down to 5 or 4, 4.25. Say the rate goes down. You're already in your property already by now, right? So now you refinance it. Let's say you refinance and you don't take money out of it. All you're doing is reducing your payment, and could possibly reduce it considerably in that gap that I just gave between 7% and 4%. It's going to be a huge savings, but you're in already. And since you're in already, and now you've dropped your payment down because you've been able to refinance it, your property value is going to go up faster as well, whether you're looking to sell it or not, because of the supply and demand and the rush that is going to happen. And for anybody that doesn't think that'll happen, that's what's happened the last time. In a nutshell, we eventually ran out of inventory. They're close to it, because we had so many buyers coming in, multiple offers, above list price, removing all their contingencies, all of that stuff. Well, guess what? We're seeing multiple offers again. We're seeing properties sell above their list price, some of them considerably. What I have not been experiencing personally is people removing all their contingencies. But guess what? If the market stays the way it's at, that's coming. So as we speak right now, that's my real estate update. That's what I'm seeing. And that's kind of the direction that I think things are going. And there are people that are in the same camp that I am that believe this way. And there's some people that believe absolutely opposite. And the truth of the matter of it is that none of us knows exactly. But here's some more information for you to use to make a decision on what's good for you and your family or not, and you want to have a consultation, you want to talk about some options, you want to talk about some strategies, here we are for you to do that. Have a blessed day, and remember, no matter what you're going through in life, it's just a temporary condition, because things do change, and it truly is. It's a great life. God bless you.